Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy. The courts are going to have a final ruling at 10 o'clock on the 6 EFF members that were suspended from participating in any activity in Parliament for the month of February. The Secretary General of the EFF, Marshal Dlamini, had a lot to say about their preparation for their manifesto on the 10th of February and everything that has to do with the EFF taking the country forward for the next 5 years. Listen to what he said.
We are ready. This place is going to be packed to capacity. It's a bit small when you think of EFF. We need 4 stadiums to put together. So we are ready, fighters, all of you. There are no issues. We are ready. The Commander-in-Chief, all of you have seen him, is here in KZN. He's been here since last week. He's doing different community meetings. As we speak now, he's in Urizul meeting the students on Ongoye. In the afternoon is here. So we are ready. There's absolutely nothing that is going to disrupt or stop this unveiling of the People's Manifesto, because that's the only manifesto that matters in everything else politically that's going to take place in South Africa. The rest are waiting on the EFF to hear what the EFF is going to say, and I'm told others they are waiting to do copy and paste. It's okay, but we'll give the direction on what's going to happen in the next 5 years in this country, and the Commander-in-Chief is going to be here at 12 o'clock on the dot to give that direction. So we are ready. When it comes to the issues of the solar, we know the ANC, that they've set on that kangaroo court where they are the complainant, but they are presiding and they are the judges. They do everything themselves. You know, they are a political party. So for them to go and preside on an issue of their political opponent, it's a sign that they were not seeking fairness or justice or the truth of what transpired on the day. On the day what transpired, it's a normal day of Parliament, where we go to Parliament to hold the executive accountable within the rules and the laws of Parliament. They've decided that they're going to remove the leadership of the EFF and ban them from attending the Parliament on Thursday. But let them be rest assured that on Thursday they're going to be held accountable. The EFF was not sent to Parliament by the ANC. We're in court on last week, and then the court struck the matters, that case off the roll on the basis that there were issues of submissions, and then only on Tuesday then it was deliberated by the court. We presented our case. The ANC through their Parliament presented their own case. So the courts, they said they will give us a judgment tomorrow before 10 o'clock. So we'll know tomorrow. Once the court gives us that ruling at 10 o'clock tomorrow, then the EFF will give yourselves and the people of this country on what's going to happen tomorrow evening. But be guaranteed that we will do our best, because we voted to go to Parliament to make sure that we are then to represent the people of South Africa. We know that it's Cyril's last State of Nation ever in his life. So he wants to make sure that he goes and pretend as if all is well. All is not well, but we'll see. We're just waiting for the courts, because we are law-abiding citizens of this country. But all is well. The EFF leadership is all over the show. It's all over the province to make sure that everything else that we planned here for Saturday is in place. Thank you.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I am your host, Kagiso Hlongwane King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Eneng. We're back at it again with another one, and this time around we're covering a short clip that Mr. Marshal Dlamini, the Secretary General of the EFF, said to us. Now, first of all, the important thing is the ruling of the courts. What are the courts going to say? Are they going to set aside the findings of the power of privilege committee and say, listen, bring back these members? This is a little bit too much. You can't ban people from coming from into the sauna, participating in the sauna, and also ban them by taking their salaries for the entire month of um of February. I mean, that's a little bit too far if you ask me. But when you have the majority in parliament like the ANC has, you can use your powers the way you want, the way you wish, and they are implementing new rules so that nobody must disturb the president when he speaks. You've got a chance to debate what the president says after he has spoken to the nation, but you must not disturb him when he is still in the process of delivering the speech. The EFF obviously does not see things in that light. They're saying, listen, why must we even be addressed by someone who broke the oath in parliament, who lied, and he did not open the case, the Pala Pala issue? There's so many issues. We don't even want to hear this guy speak because he should not be the president of the country. Now, the EFF being a Pan-Africanist channel, a Pan-Africanist parliament, excuse me, um, the spirit of Pan-Africanism is not backing down. You should never back down as a Pan-Africanist. We say we're going to build a school. That's exactly what we must do. We cannot deliver anything less than a school standing there. Paseta must be built. If you are a Pan-Africanist, you say you're going to do something in your personal life, in your relationship life, at your workplace. If you say you're going to do it, you do it. So the EFF also operates in along those channels and thoughts. So for me, it's very interesting to hear that Mr. Marshall says, listen, the one stadium is not enough. They need 4 stadiums. For me, it tells me that probably the EFF are very prepared for this manifesto. They have shown us that they can do this type of events. I mean, not so long ago, they did a 10 years anniversary at the FNB Stadium, which is much, much bigger than than um, than Moses Mabhida. Moses Mabhida sitting at something at 65,000. At FNB, they had more than 100,000 people there. So it should not be difficult for them to run there. And we didn't see any issues in terms of transport, food, seating arrangements, violence, or anything like that in FMB. So we're expecting that they're going to do the same. The police are going to be there. Security is going to be at high alert because, Ngizam Mkunu said they're not going to have that gathering over his dead body, but we'll remind him after the event has happened that is he alive or did they have it? We'll remind him. There's no problem. So another thing that he said, the Secretary General of the EFF, he said, Julius Malema will address and give his manifesto speech 12 o'clock sharp. I'm going to check that time. 12 o'clock, I want to see Julius Malema on the mic speaking. I don't want to see him there 10 past 12, quarter past 12, or half past 12. There's a wise man that said to me, the way you do one thing is how you will eventually do everything. So if you don't respect time, if you commit on a time and you don't do it, ask yourself, why are you always late? Because you have made it a hobby. You made it a hobby of being late. So it's no longer, you don't even have an excuse for it. It's second nature to be late because the way you do one thing is how you will do a lot of things. And I'm telling you, people who are always late are not honest people. Look at the people at your work that are always late. Look at yourself. You can skip a traffic light. You can do this. You can do that. You can do a lot of things that I don't want to name here. But if you are a person that does not keep to your word, I can't trust you. If you say 12 o'clock, let it be 12 o'clock. You better be there before 12 o'clock. That's how I operate. And that is the principles that I'm going to have in my school. I'm not going to tolerate late coming from teachers, learners, from anyone. I'm not going to tolerate because that's the standard I want Africans to be living with. I'm going to set that big standard, and our school Paseta is going to operate in that standard. Now he says this will be the last State of Nation address of Cyril Ramaphosa. The possibilities of that happening are very high, but the chances, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not very hopeful about these elections this year. I don't trust the IEC, and I don't trust the voters also. I don't know. We'll see when the time comes, how it's going to turn out. 20, I think we are somewhere at 27 million people. I'm going to break down what that 27 million people means that have registered to vote. And probably not all 27 million people are going to turn up for voting. Things happen, accidents, sicknesses, ignorance, and all of that stuff, spoiled ballots, and all of that. So we're probably going to have 25 million people voting. So the last time the ANC got 10 million and votes. So if they get 10 million again, and they don't regress, if they get 10 million again, they've got a chance of losing the elections. So we're going to speak about that 27 million and break it down properly. If you want me to do that, go on the comment section and say, King, do it. And you know how your boy is going to do it. So again, the EFF is going to give us direction on how they would take the country going forward should they win the elections for the next 5 years. I'm very interested to hear the policies that they're going to be telling us about. I want to listen intensively for the plans that they're going to have in terms of taking Africans forward. I don't care about the South Africa as a country. I promise you. I care about Africans in South Africa progressing in life. That's what I care about. So your policies, if they are multiracial and all inclusive, I don't listen to that nonsense. I want pro-African programs that takes the African agenda forward. That's me. And so yeah, again, another thing that will be interesting to see, that I'm very interested to see, is the remaining EFF members in parliament who are not suspended from parliament activities. What are they going to do? Are they going to allow um, Cyril Ramaphosa to speak, or are they going to disturb parliament again? Parliament is now giving the police the right to be armed and be able to come into parliament armed. What are they going to do, these members? I can remember some few years ago when on the State of the Nation address, de Klerk was there, and the EFF said they said not in our presence. De Klerk must go. They screamed that man out of the building. So let's see what will happen, guys, in terms of that. The EFF, what is your prediction? Do you think the members that are there have the zeal and the fight like the members that were out? Remember, the people that are out are the important people. Rosie, Dlamini, Malema, and Shivambo, and those are the Tambo. Those are the important people in the EFF. So we want to see if these five are gone, is the EFF still going to act the same? That's going to be very interesting. I wonder, what is your prediction? Do you see them heckling, making noise? What do you see happening in parliament? It's going to be very interesting. And if it's indeed the last State of Nation address of the president, it means we're going to remember whatever is going to be said and whatever is going to transpire in that parliament. So that's very interesting for me. And that's all I wanted to cover, guys. So I'm very excited about PASETA, the Pan-African School. I'm not sleeping, guys. Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. I'm not sleeping. The research I'm doing, preparing the code of conduct, preparing the contracts, the membership, not membership, the registration forms and everything, what is required from us, from the Department of Education. Everything must be done. So continue to pray for us. Continue to make your contributions to the channel. We're going to register. We're going to obviously register an account of the school, so where you guys can send your 2 rand, your 5 rand, your 100,000, your 1 million there, and obviously it will be audited. Everything will be done according to the books. We're not going to play with your money, Africans, because remember, if we fail, and we are the first ones in South Africa to build a Pan-African school, all black independent school. If we fail, imagine what damage we're going to have for the next coming generation. And someone who has a genuine desire to build a school, they're going to say, hi, you want to crook us like King did. that YouTuber. You want to crook us like King and his friends, his YouTube friends did. So it is important for us not to fail, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot fail. Failure is simply not an option when it comes to assignments like this. It can't be. You can't miss penalties like Bafana against Nigeria. No, you can't. You can't. You have to win. You have to win. So for me, failure is not in my mind. It is a lifetime mission that I've now devoted myself into, to say I will not rest until I build that school. I will not rest. I will not die until I build that school. Peace in Pan-Africanism. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. See you guys next time. I salute you.
Black Heart, the Hustle Continua. 100% good quality t-shirts, made to inspire your goals and dreams. T-shirts are now available at an affordable price. Place your order now. 068-473-6908. Instagram at Black7576. Facebook page Black Heart.